Hello everybody, The Threat here, and welcome to another episode of WWE SuperCard, and we are still on our road to glory. Here you can see my King of the Ring. I'm currently 21-4, and I think I'm tied for third place unless someone has lost. Yep. Oh no, I'm not tied anymore. Emily lost, so I am sole third place right now. I just lost to Doob. Don't know how you actually pronounce that. And I have a game with Lestat coming up in 2 games, I think. Yeah, Sean and then Lestat. I just lost to Dupe, as I said. I don't know whether or not I would have beat him. I think I would have, just because he's not fully energized and I was. If these two were swapped around, obviously I'm not beating this, but I think I would have beat him just because he's not fully. I don't know what his toughness is, so I still could have lost, but I'm not completely sure. But third place isn't that bad, and we have 2 days, 14 hours for our Survivor Fusion. Cannot wait for that. Hopefully it's a pro. And maybe in the King of the Ring, if we get a Survivor card, maybe it'll be Rob Van Dam after we get Rob Van Dam from Road to Glory. That would be pretty cool. But like I said in previous episodes, I was trying to save picks, but I can't really do that just because I still need to get energies and stuff. And I also figured if I get a Survivor pick, it wouldn't be the end of the world, and plus I'm going to need to start piling up my title matches for when I get to the place where I need to start winning, start playing +1s and using the title matches so that they're at least +2s. So I'm just starting to pick straight from the board now. There was a point where I had up to 40 or so picks, and what I did was I recorded me doing the picks just in case I did pick anything that was reaction worthy, but I unfortunately did not. I think the best pick I had was I think it was an epic, but I don't remember who it was. I think that's it was Epic Triple H. That's what it was. I had picked an Epic Triple H, and at WrestleMania tier, Survivor Double Plus, you don't get excited about epics anymore. Legendaries, not so much. You mainly just get excited over the Survivors and WrestleMania cards. But another thing I wanted to check, and I'll check after I'm done with all my bouts, is I think I've had, oh, maybe we'll check now since we reached the card limit. I think I've had every single Mr. Fuji card, because I had the Survivor one, and I just got the WrestleMania one as well, and it's not that hard. I know I have the Legendary one. I think, if anything, the one I'm missing is Epic. That's the only Mr. Fuji I could see me missing, just because I don't remember ever seeing it. But I think I still have the Legendary Mr. Fuji. And my first Survivor card was Survivor Mr. Fuji, so. And obviously, you guys saw my first WrestleMania card was WrestleMania Mr. Fuji, so I want to check that out because that would be pretty cool. I think that would be my first complete set of support, like one type of support, and we'll check that out after we're done. Cesaro is 43 out of 45 now. He is higher than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other superstars, so he is a lot better than I thought he would have been. I thought he might have died out. Maybe he's at the I thought Seth Rollins definitely would have been better than him. Yokozuna as well. Um, I don't know. But let's go check my catalog, and let's see. There's no. Is there a common Fuji? I don't think. Oh, well, he's in support anyway. Um, where are the Mr. Fujis? Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji. Here he is. I don't have the ultra rare one. That's it. So I have all of them except for the ultra rare Mr. Fuji. Well, I guess we'll be keeping our eye out for that. And like I said, I think he's the closest one we have to completing it, just because it's rare to get the Survivor and WrestleMania ones, just because you have to pick those. I don't know if there is a placing that you could do in WrestleMania King of the Ring that gives you Survivor support, because obviously I'm not in WrestleMania King of the Ring. I wonder if I would get into it. I might check that out after this King of the Ring, just to see if I could get into one. I probably won't do it just because I know I'm going to run into probably a whole bunch of WrestleMania pros, like the Road to Glory ones, and probably some normal ones, and definitely a whole lot more Survivor pros than I have. I just want to see if I could get into it and see the rewards. I know like only the top 2 people get WrestleMania cards, which is kind of a bummer, just because obviously you need to have the good cards to get into the top 2 placing. But oh my goodness, and you'll sneeze. And it's funny too, because before I record now, I wait a good couple minutes to see if I'm going to sneeze. And I don't have to sneeze at all. I like hardly ever sneeze off camera. And then once the camera's on, for some reason, it's just sneeze central. Alright, there's another. We still haven't lost a single match, which is great. That'll probably happen when we get to the legendary card, or somewhere around there, late legendary or so. I don't even really know who the legendary card is on this. This shows how much I've been paying attention. I only know the Survivor card and the WrestleMania cards. Well, and obviously the ultra rare, because that's what I'm on, and I see it every time I win. And more training food here. Come on, give me something good. No. Charisma boost. We need those. That's alright. Proceed. Who is Ultimate Warrior? Another +5. So we are close to finishing Kofi Kingston, which is also great. And then moving on to Razor Ramon. I don't know when I will be done with this. Well, I mean, when I get the Survivor card, that's obviously when I am done. But I don't know when that's going to be, because I think I'm on better track than I was last Road to Glory, but I'm not completely sure. I don't really pay attention to those small details. I just play the game and have fun with it. But I think I am, because I think with my second video last Road to Glory, I was only on like rare or super rare. So I think I am on better track this Road to Glory, and maybe we won't have to use many title matches to get to Rob Van Dam, because as you saw, or if you didn't look at my title matches, I only have one, and usually by the time I'm here, I have about double digits already, and that just goes to show that I have been saving picks and then just trying to get that first WrestleMania superstar or diva, preferably a superstar. Alright, so we'll get, oh, we already got the board reset, I forgot. So we won't get the board reset here, but, well, we might still get one. Highly unlikely, though. Nope, more training food. 2 more bouts. Ethan. He has a legendary. We did run into a few survivors. One was on this video, and I ran into one, I think, before. And that's pretty good. That means the competition is rising, and we will face more competitive decks. And I don't mind losing like a couple of matches, because I do like it to be competitive. Now, when I start facing like the WrestleMania pros and stuff, like I know it's not supposed to be easy to get these cards, but they shouldn't make it too difficult. They should just like make it to the point where you can do it winning +3s, not just +1s. Because honestly, I think doing it just +1s is mathematically impossible. Just because you have to go through all the other cards, and then you're gonna have to pretty much, unless you just pay for bouts and title matches, you're gonna have to play 200 games just to get the final Daniel Bryan. But before that, you're gonna have to play well over like 500 or so games just to get up to that, because it depends on also what your deck is. Because if your deck is like mine, then yeah, you're gonna run into the wall early or mid Survivor. So after that, I think I usually run into the wall at 100. We'll do this last bout and then we'll do the math. But I usually run into the wall at 100 points at the Survivor card. And I believe the Survivor card is 170 points. So that's 70 points I need to get playing +1s and +2s. And even that is almost pushing the limit. So, like I said, after this bout we'll go and do the math. But I do believe that with spending absolutely no money, doing just the +1 method is mathematically impossible. Now they could do +3s the way they do +1s, just make it a little bit harder, maybe not win all of them, but because for the most part, when I do the +1s and +2s, I win mostly all the +1s, +2s. But the +3s would just make it not necessarily 50-50 win, but maybe like 75% chance of winning those, just to make it actually like seem possible. I mean, even the +3s might not be possible, but when you also, if you like, you turn them into +6s, maybe that's possible. But the +1s, I know for a fact, are way out of question, because like I said, when I have to get the 70 points doing the +1s, +2s, which I'm hopefully changes this time. I don't know how much it's going to change, because I have obviously the Survivor Daniel Bryan, the Survivor Pro Daniel Bryan. I don't know how much that's going to boost me though. But I barely get the Survivor card. I get it with like a couple hours or so to spare. And I don't know if it's like they think people don't sleep or something and just have all the time in the world to play this game. But let's see. So I barely get to the 170, and I have to get 70 points doing +1s and +2s. Now if you, for me, then that's going to be 180 then 190, and then 200. That's like almost 1,000 points you need to get if you're rounding really up. I know it's 6 o'clock in the morning, so my brain's not fully functional, and I don't plan on doing math right now, but that's really high up there, doing +1s and +2s, and you're not gonna do that in 2 days. Probably won't even be able to technically do that in 3 days. So the +1s is mathematically impossible to get these cards. That's just my opinion. +3s, like I said, make it 75% possibility of winning it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Like I said, I'm still good with just getting the Survivor card, but I would really like to get the WrestleMania card just to start building up my WrestleMania collection. I don't expect to get these when I do, if they do that +3 thing, like I said, just because I could understand people don't want to see all these cards together. But once you get to the higher tier, like when you're at the highest tier of WrestleMania, you're going to see these cards everywhere you go, just because you're going to have them, and everybody that's in your deck, that's in your tier, is going to have them as well, because their deck is just as powerful as yours, and they have the time, and they can win the matches to get these cards, and they're going to obviously train them. The only way you're going to see something different is if they incorrectly pro them. This has been somewhat of a rant. I wouldn't really call it a rant, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Goodbye.